What's going on, guys? My name's DJ, and I'm filming this about 24 hours before the 2.6 update for Path of Exile drops, and I wanted to take a look at this build that I've been working on for the last week or so, which is a Frostblades dual Touch of Anguish user. Now, I wanted to look at this specifically because of the changes that are being made to cold damage, elemental damage, and one-handed weapons, specifically around the ranger side of the tree. Now this is actually a ranger using the raider ascendancy, but we'll get into that in a bit. So really what I wanted this video to be was kind of a look at the build before the update drops, and then I was going to make a second video covering the build after the update drops, and just going through the tree, seeing the changes, and then kind of figuring out the best way to path out the skill tree to get the most damage and health and everything. Just trying to make this a better build, specifically just with the skill points. So first thing we're going to look at here is the skills that I have set up. So I have Frostblade supported with multi-strike, increased critical damage, fortify, and hypothermia. For single target I have dual strike with faster attacks, added fire damage, and life leech, although not necessarily sure if I need this or not. I might switch this out for multi-strike support. I have also my Ancestral Warchief totem, supported with faster attacks, added cold damage, and minion and totem elemental resistance support. So just mainly for like bosses and big rares. And then I have in this claw my movement ability, which is just like faster attacks, whirling blades, and reduced mana. And then I have my Ice Golem with minion life, added fire damage, and reduced mana as well. Now over here I just have Herald of Ice, Hatred, and Val Haste just chilling in this claw unsupported, because I don't really think they need supports. Although I might be able to get a little bit more out of Herald of Ice if it was supported, but I don't think that I can afford that extra mana reservation. So the next thing we're going to look at is the passive tree. So I'm just going to kind of show you what I have selected, the direction that I was pathing the tree just for leveling. So I came right down here, got for like the physical and attack speed. Is it attack speed? Yeah, attack speed and physical damage for dual wield, and then this stuff for the strength index and the dexterity index. So now because I was using claws all the way through leveling while using Frostblades, so I needed the intelligence. So like the first thing I did was I came through here, got these life nodes. I actually spec'd into all three of these right away, just so I didn't have to like run clarity or anything. And then I ran up here. I rushed right up here. I didn't get anything here at all. Rushed up here. I went this way first and got this for the dexterity. And then I went through here and got some more claw damage. I went this way, dexterity and intelligence, crit, and intelligence. So like I went up here first just so I could keep the requirements up for the claws while I was leveling, and then I went down here. I got the crit nodes. I actually skipped those first. I came down here, got these elemental damage nodes though, in this cold weapon, and then I went up through here. Went to the strength and increased melee range, which is very useful for Frostblades. And then I went down through here and got this. And then as I ascended, I started getting the frenzy charge stuff. So the frenzy charge stuff isn't as important really until you hit Avatar of the Solder. Really what matters while you're using dual Touch of Anguish is being at max frenzy charges. 3 is very easy to get with this setup, because you get 20% on killing a frozen enemy for each Touch of Anguish. So it's rolled twice for each frozen enemy you kill, which is excellent. It's just amazing. But I mean, at max build, you get 8 maximum frenzy charges, which I get 7, killing probably 1 or 2 packs of monsters, which is fine. But yeah, so that's just kind of what I have right now. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Next thing we're gonna look at here is the DPS. So like I'm looking at DPS without the frenzy charges and everything there. So sitting with Hatred, Herald of Ice on, as well as my Ice Golem out, Frostblades is sitting at 23,798. So I am going to make a note of that. So for comparison on the next video that I'll be making on Saturday when it drops, I'm not sure if I'm going to be uploading it on Saturday. Actually, it's Saturday New Zealand time, so I think it actually comes out on Friday night. So I'll probably be able to record that night and get it up on Saturday, so that'll be fine. So this is really just the DPS that I wanted to look at here. So we have 938 physical damage. I'm not going to worry about the lightning damage because that's just coming from an item. And we have 1,983 cold damage from one weapon, and then 925 and 1,969 from the other weapon. So those physical and cold damage values are what we want to look at after the update drops. And then, of course, the HP and resistances. So my resistances are not capped, but again, I haven't really been mapping for a very long time, at least on this character. So, let's see, we're at 3.7k life. It could be higher. I want to be at least around 4.5k when I'm done leveling and I have my best gear. I'm expecting this to go up. Again, for reasons I'll get into in a bit. And then looking at the resistances, we're at 115 fire, 124 cold, and 113 lightning resistance. No chaos resistance right now, but I really only put that on if I need it for the map that I'm running. So we're gonna start talking about the relevant changes that are being made in the upcoming patch. Like the relevant changes to this build. The biggest one is definitely the nerf to Val Haste that's happening. Although I don't think it's going to be that detrimental because they're also increasing one-handed damage. But they're also nerfing items that have a more than 6.5% crit chance inherently. However, the Imperial Claw has a 6% crit chance. And these just have an increased critical strike chance roll on them to increase that. So I don't think that the crit chance at all is going to be nerfed on these weapons, which again is perfect for the build. That's fine. Now within the passive tree, Thick Skin is getting attached to the perimeter, so this here is getting attached, so it'll be way easier to go up and hit this stuff. But I mean, I don't know how that's going to change anything here. I don't know how that's changing anything really, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be getting Fangs of Frost anyways. But Forces of Nature is getting moved to in between the Ranger and Shadow area, so it's getting moved probably somewhere around here, which means I might not even have to come down here. I could probably just come straight through here and get this stuff. So already that's 2 extra nodes that I don't need in this area. There's going to be a big weapon LE wheel added to the bottom right, so right around here somewhere, I'm assuming. Like probably right here is where it's going to be added. It's going to be a big wheel. So there's going to be lots of weapon elemental damage that'll be available from that. The claw wheel is being improved with more crit, which is perfect. I have no problems with that. Claws of the Falcon up here, which actually is in the plan for this build on this this current tree, is getting Claws of the Falcon. This is actually getting increased crit strike chance and accuracy. So that's amazing. And Revenge of the Hunted is moved. This one right here, Revenge of the Hunted is being moved. I forget where to, but it is being moved. And the life value of it is being increased as well. It's going from 4% to 8%, so that's awesome. Now, what do I think will be improved in total from the tree changes? Definitely, the merging of the claw and crit nodes will help. Like, I won't have to spec into as much crit. Like, I may not even need to get these, and because these are being improved, I could probably just forget this pathing and then just stretch into Revenge of the Hunted, get more HP, maybe get some better resistances. Definitely we'll be able to get more elemental damage out of this. And oh yeah, Flash Freeze is getting additional stuff in here to convert cold to physical. To convert physical to cold damage, which I don't think is in the tree anywhere else for any other element. So that's gonna be insane. Now, let's see. So, all in all, I expect everything about this build to be improved. Like, everything from the health to the resistances to the DPS to the amount of cold damage specifically that'll be coming out of this. Problems that I see with that is that we're going to be dealing too much cold damage and we're just going to die instantly to Elemental Reflect. And they are adding Elemental Reflect reduction on the tree, but it is in the Templar area and it's going to be impossible for this build to reach that anyways. So that's it for right now. All we have to do now is wait for the patch to come out. Then we'll go through and path through the tree. See what the best options are for the build, and we'll see if there are any just increases in power for the build. Just I expect cold to be viable, like very viable after the patch, instead of cold converted to fire as it usually is. I purposely did not do this for this build for the sake of comparison. So again, I just want to thank you all for watching. Hope you had a good time, and I'll see you guys hopefully on Saturday.